The services that we provide depend very much on what the client needs and wants. Like if a client is launching a new product, we'll do first competitor research, competitor intelligence, who else is in the field, how are they marketing, do they have a position, is there a 900-pound gorilla in this marketplace or not. Once we do that, we then do a series of surveys to find out what this public needs or wants or considers valuable about the client's product or service. Oftentimes the management thinks they know, and maybe they do, in some cases they do, but often cases management has the idea that the public will want their product because of X. But when we survey the public, they're not interested in X. They like it because of Y. We do those surveys to find what we call buttons. The term hot button has kind of been around the sales and marketing field for a long time, but to us a button is a technical word. It means the answer given the most number of times to a survey question. So if I ask 100 people who eat out at restaurants, what's the most important factor in your choosing a restaurant to dine out at, and 70 of them say the ambiance, then I've got a button. I've got a point of agreement among that public about that product or service. And if we put ambiance on a direct marketing piece or a website or an email or public relations stories that go in the press, they're going to get a higher response. We follow that then with positioning surveys. Positioning is a critical aspect of any marketing. It is basically making something unfamiliar familiar by tying it to something that's already in the mind. Avis had lost money 13 years in a row, 13 years running, and when they came out and said, we're number 2, we try harder, they instantly went into profitability. Why? Because Hertz had been advertising that they were number 1. Avis's campaign tied their brand to something that was already in the mind. So our positioning surveys are unique, they're proprietary. We find out what's in the public's mind and then conduct very specific surveys in order to find a position for the product or service.